Hey everyone, it's Types, and today I'm going to be ranking all the pre-release promos from the Scarlet and Violet era. So sorry about my voice, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, but hopefully it's all right. But recently the pre-release promos from the new set, what's it called? Paradox Rift, there we go, were just revealed. So today we're going to be looking at the first four sets of the Scarlet and Violet era, or main sets I should say, which are obviously Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, and Paradox Rift. And it looks like they're in order, which is nice. And I'm going to go S through F, and I'll just do it. And yeah, we'll start with the original Scarlet and Violet ones. Starting with Quaquaval. This one accelerates energy. It's not good. It's okay. It's like good in Quaquaval EX. I hope that's the right name of the Pokemon. But that's right. I'd probably put it in C tier. It is technically viable. It's not particularly good though, and it's kind of outclassed by a Pokemon we'll look at later. It's a stage 2. It's just not that good. Next up we got Palmot. This one is again not the best. It powers itself up. It's lightning type. I'll pull it up in a new tab as well. I believe it hits 230, yeah, and then it accelerates energy to itself. And it's true treat as well, but its HP is low. It's D tier. It's not like unplayably bad. Um, yeah, I'll leave it out of F tier. It's not good though. Next up, we got Hawlucha, which pings when you play it, puts one damage counter on each of two of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It's a decent ability. I'd say it's not like best the best. It's really good with Ting-Lu. Hey, it's super good there, and kind of bad everywhere else. But it's not necessarily bad. It's okay in the Lost Zone too. And then it's just a bit underwhelming, though. I don't think it's like a super. I mean, it's not like S tier, is what I'm saying. I mean, it's good. It's definitely a good card. And then we got River I guess I'll put in B tier. It's okay. It's kind of outclassed by Brown pretty much all the time, though, which is unfortunate for it. And I'm judging him within the context of the format, and so it's definitely not. It doesn't see very much play. Now, when Bibarel rotates, this will probably get bumped up, but we'll definitely have new engines by then. So I'm leaving it in B tier for now, and I don't feel too bad about that. Baxcalibur is insane. Just accelerates tons of water energy into play as much as you want. It's S tier. It's very good. In my opinion, one of the best decks in the game right now. I mean, it's pretty clearly one of the top decks, not necessarily like the best, but certainly in like the top 10, which are like the good decks, or top 5 or whatever. But yeah, it's a good deck with Chin Pao. And one of the better decks we've seen. Probably top 5 decks certainly coming out of the Scotland Violet era, and it's the only one of those that actually has a pre-release promo to go with that deck. Just pretty good. One of the other decks here, we got United Wings, which is another alright deck. I'd probably put it at, I'd say your B. To me, it like overperformed a little. I don't think it's that good of a deck, but it's done decently. I'll put it in A. I don't hate that. It seems like a surprising amount of competitive play. It certainly is a casual deck. It's all right. It's like a fun deck. It's meant to be a fun deck. It's like Mad Party. It's like Night March exactly. It's like the same thing. Except it's better because its type coverage is better. And we're looking at Murkrow, but realistically, we're looking at pretty much the whole deck. Murkrow is the best as well. It's only one energy, one basic energy specifically. It's very good. I mean, it's not as like universal. I'd say it's like a worse card than Hawlucha, but it's still decent. Ting-Lu is another draw engine. It's good in the Ting-Lu deck. I'd say the card's better than Quaquaval. Quaquaval is like good in that one deck. Just like wait, did I say Tinkaton? Tinkaton. I don't know if I said that right, Pokemon. Tinkaton. Actually, I'll pull it up as well. It has an okay attack. I'd say it's actually better than River Tinkaton. There we go. It's Disco 1 draw 3, and then a 180 for a special energy, normally like a reversal. Although it can be a psychic and a color, so you could just psychic or whatever. And I think it taking tons a decent Pokemon. It's pretty good. It's outclassed as like a card on its own. But if you pair it with the like other Tinkaton EX, then you certainly start to get a pretty good card. Pelipper, in my opinion, this card's underperformed, but it's C tier. It's a pretty good like engine piece, but not in this like meta. It doesn't have the piece it needs, but its ability says when you evolve into it, you get a supporter from your deck or discard pile, aka from anywhere. Pretty much, there's not really anywhere else that a supporter card would be other than in your hand, which obviously you'd play, or your prize, which hopefully it's not prized. But unless you have more versatility, it's actually very good and expanded. I messed around and then expanded. It's quite good. Specifically, live expand is so good because you don't have Verse Seeker, and you have Scoop Net, but let's say Pelipper is only and lenient C tier because this is like a standard tier list, and it's not particularly good in standard. It's playable, and I think it's deserves more play than it's seen. It's still not like a super good card. Palafin is pretty good. It's probably gonna end up in. I mean, it's not that. It's like top of B. It doesn't see too much play, but it's a very good attacker. I'd say it certainly belongs in B tier as one of the better single price attackers we've seen that aren't like inherently broken, but just naturally good. So yeah, and that doesn't make a ton of sense if I said, but Pelifan's B. It swings in, does 210. Clef, I'll put in A. It's free retreat, free attack, only 30 HP, but draw tally of 7. Honestly, I think it's okay. I think it's again underplayed. Um, it's a good card. I've messed around with it some, and I've talked to people who've messed around with it. A bunch of people, and they all agree it's like underplayed. It's been awkward to use, but Sablez can be dropping off hopefully soon, based on like projections of new cards and stuff like that. So we are going to probably see more Clef in the future, and it's just a good card. It's probably it's one of the better free attackers right now, probably behind Assume and Basculin. But free retreat's nice, but obviously Mew EX is a really good free retreat Pokemon. So Clef is a little outclassed in a few different areas, but overall it's still a pretty good Pokemon, and one that we'll definitely end up seeing a bit more play later down the road. Next up, Togekiss. Togekiss is pretty bad. It actually drops you of 8 at the end of your turn. So it's like okay. I think the card's not the worst, but um, like it's certainly it's underwhelming. I like it, but it's not that good. It's like outclassed with Pidgeot and stuff. It's different than that, but um, it's not great because you draw after your turn, which is obviously not when you want to draw because your hand can just get disrupted. So I think Togekiss is kind of putting in D tier is pretty fair. Mawile, oh Mawile, same thing as Giratina. It discards special energy on play from your opponent's Pokemon. I don't know if it has to be the active, but it doesn't matter too much. The issue is like you can't get it off the board. There's no scoop from that, so I'd gonna put in D as well. Unfortunately, Mawile just not quite good enough right now. Then we get into the beefy ones, the spicy ones. The 4 cards from Paradox Rift. So first of all, we got Chiyu here, which has a really interesting attack, or 2 interesting attacks. First one accelerates energy. It's not particularly good, but not awful. And then Mega Fire of Envy, really cool attack name. 50, but it's like a revenge attack, and it hits for 140, which is pretty good. I'm honestly gonna put this one in B. I'll put it below Palafin, but I think they're pretty similar cards. It is a very good card. It hits hard. It's a bit versatile. I really like it. I don't know how good it'll be because Fire's has some decent tools right now. It is essentially seeing 0 play. I'm probably going to cover Fire at some point soon. But Chiyu's a pretty good card. A good revenge attacker. Arguably one of the best ones we've ever seen. It does take 2 Fire, but in a Fire type deck, it's very good. Next up, we got Iron Bundle. It has an attack that says 80 and it's immune to evolution. Or it says if the defending Pokemon has an evolution, it can't attack next turn. So they can switch in and out, which is a bit awkward, but overall I think it's okay. This is a future Pokemon. This means a few things, but nothing too crazy. For this card in particular, I honestly don't remember all the things. I think I might get free retreat, which is all right, but you don't really need it here. It says if it's on the bench though, it's essentially like a rope for your opponent. It forces their action for the bench. Overall, I think this is honestly a pretty good Pokemon. I'm going to put in A tier here. I'd be shocked if it doesn't end up seeing any play. I think it's pretty versatile, pretty powerful, and pretty like simple, kind of like Hawlucha, which is easy to toss into decks. Looking at Xadu, probably the biggest mystery of any card from the new set to me, as it looks like Shadow Rider, looks like Kirlia, good cards, but both cards that have in some sense underperformed as well. So Xadu here says you can attach a basic Psychic from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon, and then you get to draw 2 cards. That's obviously good. That's essentially the same as Shadow Rider's ability, except even better because it lets you draw, or it lets you accelerate to non-Psychic Pokemon. It's a bit of a weird card though. Its attack's really bad, so It's not useless, but it's not particularly good either. Um, so I think this Sadu is gonna be. It's all right. It's not a great card. It's such a mystery. I'll put in B. I think it's all right. It has the potential to see some really good play. It doesn't have great partners either because you got the guard for a line. It kind of steps on the toes of that. So I think it's not great. And then lastly, we got Aegislash, 150 HP, stage 2, 120 for 2, and hits through effects, but then you use attack, and it's immune to effects from, or immune to attacks from EX and Vs, not effects. Um, which usually seems good when it is good, but um, at the same time, the fact that this attack hits to effects is bad. It's actually worse because it does that. Because it's the same issue with Mimikyu, except Mimikyu's basic. It hits over half as much as well. And if Mew EX copies your attack, it can KO you, not in one shot, but in two. You'll trade, and the same number of hits with Mew EX. It's a little stronger than Mimikyu, but it's not that much. It's pretty bad. Like, you should always play Mimikyu over this. Psychic type's better anyway in terms of energy. So yeah, Aegis/F tier. But yeah, overall, hope you enjoyed this video. Quick little one for you. If you did, consider subscribing. It's free. You can do it anytime, and it helps me out a ton. When I reach, I think around 1,000 subscribers, some point near the beginning of next year. Hopefully, this when I get there. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway of some packs. So yeah, I'll do that. It's not a huge giveaway, but a small giveaway. But also Paradox Shift coming up right around the corner. I mean it's like a month away, but like it's soon enough. I'll be doing some content for that. And obviously some more 151 content, not too much, but a little. And yeah, if you're interested in seeing certain videos, just comment them down below. And like the video as well if you want to see more tier lists, more Paradox Shift stuff. And I'm excited to see you next time.